1, 2, 3.
We are live.
So play back. Oh, this is where I was going. I can't play this back. How can I play this back? Test. Am I recording?
Screen.
I don't know.
See.
How do I play this back tomorrow?
See.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3.
It's done. See what else. Make sure channel is unlisted. At least 1 minute of the video is needed to start highlights. And see, retouch. Mute. No, see.
How can I do this?
Hello. Trying to get some time in on my channel. Trying to get some time in on my channel.
Okay.
Even though it's not many people. People usually just drop in and drop out. So
Okay. So you live?
yeah.
Hey. Where? I'm over here doing my retightening with my universal
Oh,
lock.
okay.
Looking for models if anybody's interested.
Looking for models for
Retighten.
Retighten.
Sister lock,
Sister
micro
locks.
locks, inner lock. Especially women that want to learn how to do their own with the universal lock tool. Makes it so much easier.
And we're also in the middle of a hair journey podcast. Ooh.
Crown Conversations.
Crown Conversations.
Okay,
Let's see, I want NC. Okay. Share. All right, I'm back. Okay. It's for Follow A Robinson. Speak a sense. Welcome to a live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by community guidelines. It's about
A, B, C, D, E, F, and
gloss that you sensational.
What is it?
Oops, you got it.
Okay, let's see.
You gave it to me.
I did.
Uh-huh.
Let me see.
Yep, she's the one that gave it to me. She didn't remember giving it to me.
Miss Carol, I just be buying stuff.
Yes,
if it's cute.
And I like it. It goes with what I'm wearing. So she's a giver. She's a giver.
Cute. Look, I've been giving it. Don't even remember.
And don't remember giving it.
Oh, give me a minute. This is my business number.
So, and welcome in. Hanging around. A future podcast on hair and beauty, as well as
There's
cooking.
D, D, E.
So, maybe not. And I thought I turned the volume down.
I'm gonna try this one more again.
Mhm.
Test, test, test. A, B, C, D, F, G. Test, test, test. Export. Test. Test, test, test. A, B, C, D, F, G. Test, test. So one thing that the room is too expansive.
To do.
So it's gonna be hollow sounding.
Okay.
We need to find a space like the one they have downstairs, but that has the eggshells and everything, so it can not suffocate, but it won't be so hollow.
Mm-hmm.
I think this would be best if we practice, but we're gonna have to find an insulated space because this is too open. But what we can do, we can still record, but just know that this is not gonna be usable at all because, well, to my standards, to regular people who are not in audio, it's gonna be kind of like a subpar type of thing. Because you can hear all the hollowness. I'm gonna play it again so you can get a sense of what's going on. Oh, don't be rude, play. Test, test, test. You see how it sounds far away? Who was the young lady who said about the Love Center? Because I was doing my doctor's stuff, I didn't have a chance to go over there, but
Oh, my.
we can, or I can go by there today
Okay.
and see if that would be a suitable place, because one, if it's free, praise God. Two, if it's insulated, that would be amazing. I'm gonna see what this recorder sounds like, but it's kind of the same thing. I have my earphones, but I'm gonna play around with some things to see if possibly I can take down a lot of the hollow.
Mm-hmm.
So, try this one. But at least we know we're getting something.
Mm.
So. Testing 1, 2, 3. Say something into the mic.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
What did you have for breakfast today?
Oh, I had cream of wheat, just egg, and a vegan sausage.
Tamika? 1, 2, 3. Just repeat after me.
1, 2, 3.
What did you? Oh, if you can lean forward. What did you have for breakfast today?
I had nothing. That's no good. I didn't eat it.
I wish I could
did.
say that. I did not, but I did.
I even when I get back in,
full
I have
take.
to.
Full.
I forgot to take my sea moss this morning too. So
Oh,
as soon
I
as
had that
bring
too.
In, I'm taking
And my
sea
sea
moss.
moss, I had the mango
Mhm.
pineapple sea moss.
Yeah, I like the berries. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's very flavored. Like you know, some stuff the flavor be like a little watered down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I made sure that was.
Yes. I got
I
little
mean,
seeds in there too.
intense sea moss.
I like it.
And then I
A little bit better.
have the sea moss with chai. No, not sea moss. I have the chai berry jam.
What
This
you
is
eat
a
it
chai
with?
seed. It's like a jam. You can put it on toast, a bagel,
Mm-hmm.
but it has the strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries,
Oh, okay.
and a jam with the chai seeds. And so it's nice and thick and concentrated.
Y'all would probably be against like cream cheese, huh? Because that's like a dairy.
But see, there's a vegan cream cheese. It's
Vegan
made
cream
with
cheese.
cashews.
Really?
That's the smoothest one.
What?
Violife has one, a cream cheese.
So this one is definitely the room. This sounds hollow too, but I'm gonna see if they have headphones. And this would be what I would call, we're just testing things out.
Right. So Violife has a really good cream cheese. And it's usually made with cashews, but you can make cream cheese with tofu.
I hate tofu, Miss Carol.
But you can do it with tofu as well as any other nut milk, like
Oh, okay, like almond milk.
almond milk.
Okay, because I love almond milk.
And
Do they
then
make cashew milk?
oh yeah,
Okay. I
yeah.
haven't came across that yet then. I like cashew milk.
I've seen cashew milk at Food Lion.
Okay.
They have cashew milk. They have walnut milk.
Oh, I ain't even seen the walnut milk either. I like
Almond
walnuts too.
almond milk.
I know the almond milk.
Brazil nut.
Oh, I like Brazil nuts.
Brazil nut. You can make milk with that, as well as you can even do it with pistachio.
I love pistachios.
I
seen somewhere like eating pistachios at night.
I made a pistachio ice cream.
I like that. I tried one
It
at
was-
the black ice cream spot that's right there. Yes, I like that.
The pistachio nut with cashews. I took some of the cashew milk, and
Okay.
then so it was a non-dairy.
Oh, I gotta get my daughter with
Yeah.
you because she wants you to make something. Something that I asked you about before.
Cheesecake?
You know, I can't.
It wasn't a cheesecake?
I think it's think it's the juice stuff.
Juice?
Like, yeah,
Like,
she'll buy the fruit.
or maybe a smoothie?
Maybe
Mhm.
that's what it was. Okay, yeah. When you were making the smoothies online, yeah, that's
Uh-huh.
what it was.
But all of the any one of the, if you can make a milk out of it, you can make a
Make
cream cheese out of it.
Okay, I might look into that then, cause
So
my problem is I don't drink milk, but I love cheese. Like,
me too. That is one of the things that would one of my weak spots is cheese, because I love cheese. So when I take when I'm on my Daniel fast, that's one of my like drawbacks is not
okay, so let me tell you
cheese.
something about cheese. I have it written down somewhere. I have to go to it. So cheese is like a dope.
Mm-hmm.
It releases dopamine. So the dopamines that it releases are related to like the same ones that are released when you're doing drugs. Did you
I
know
believe
that?
it.
I believe it too because I love
believe it.
cheese. Like,
So
It can be very addictive.
yes.
So they have headphones, but it's restricted. You have to be downstairs with
Oh,
the sound.
Mhm.
So this is just gonna be the hollow episode, and let's see, try to. But what we can talk about is the parameters, and I'm just gonna record myself since.
It said Jason Bender, good morning from something, Wisconsin. So you love cheese. Wisconsin is a dairy
Ooh, I love
state.
Wisconsin chicken.
Reduce cheese. You're forever in
Ah.
Wisconsin. Got to stop at the store and get Rowdy organic cheese.
So with
Is this
the
AI? No, this is not
so-
AI.
So with that,
Yeah.
you may have to like it because we have to
Okay. No problem.
look at the directions of cues. I didn't bring my note cards.
Okay.
So one thing that's good about podcasting, yes, you can get all your conversation. The only two things that, in my personal point of view, is knowing how to put everyone in the conversation, but making sure that no one is talking over the conversation. You know, we black women though, that's what we do.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
since we don't have note cards today, it may be best for us to just raise our hand. That's what's happening. Now we're actually recording. Look at God, want me to do it? So, Tamika, do you have your 3 topics, or your main topic, and then 3 different points?
So what we named it, Why Don't You Trust Your Hair Pro? I think that's like the main title. And then the 3 points that we're gonna come from was what's important to have a better hair journey.
So, with that being said, I think you open the conversation, give the title, and after we give the title, you give a small synopsis of, because pretty much you are and you're the hair expert, but this is kind of your lead, and we can switch back and forth on the next episode, but you basically say in the synopsis the why behind this particular conversation is taking place. It doesn't have to be long-winded, but what's the topic
Oh,
again?
okay, my why is never gonna change. So the
Okay.
why is, what's the disconnect between the client and the stylist? Or the hair, let's just say hair professionals, because I hate saying stylist now. So what is the disconnect from the client to the stylist? Or between, or, you know?
Okay, what's the 3 topics? I mean, the 3, yeah, 3 topics.
So why don't you trust your hair professional? What's important to have a better hair journey? And then you know me, I'm always talking about, it's always gonna be in their products.
So, things to remember. Usually when I record, I do everything in 3s. So I will do a countdown and you will see my hand drop.
Okay,
Give 5 to 10 seconds before you start,
right,
and then we'll jump. I want you to say, do you have an opening line? Meaning, you know how Wendy Williams, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What is your personal greeting? It doesn't have to be anything deep now because this is the testing for the podcast. But I know, hey y'all, that's what I use all the time. How would you want to be welcomed into a conversation is the opener. Then you name the particular episode, and then a little bit of banter of, I'm hoping everyone is doing fine. You know, we're now in the Black History Month ever. And with that being said, I got a topic for y'all. And then you go into, we're gonna have a conversation, you say the title, you say the 3 points.
okay,
And then from there, we can do introductions. You'll start first, you're second, and then I'm third.
okay,
But after I get finished, I would like you to open the conversation in your passion behind the topic.
okay.
And I'm gonna do my best to make sure, we said 3 minutes yesterday, correct?
Mhm.
Because in theory, a good podcast is anywhere from 30 minutes to 45. I know people
Okay.
say an hour, we're beginning.
Sometimes an hour is too long.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and you lose people attention.
Mhm, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be best to, how can we make sure that people stay intrigued
Right.
with what we're saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to find the timer on my phone. Come on, girl. Oh, this is gonna be cute. This is gonna be real cute. How can I? You know what? They're gonna do 3. Okay. So
Oh,
That's why he said, "Will you marry me?" I said, that's why I put my finger on this.
So one thing to remember is, even if you stumble over words, I will probably be in doing that. But if there is a point that you want to clarify, raise your hand, and then we'll all pause, and then you say, no, you'll do the whole countdown thing that I'm doing, like 3, 2, 1. Say the statement that you want to clear up,
okay,
and then raise your hand so I'll know that you're done.
okay,
So in theory, it will make it easier, kind of, sort of, for
Yeah.
me to go back, editing wise, and do something very light. We can get into the professional once we get to episode 10.
right. And you know, I don't care about stumbling over myself. I cleared up right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what it is.
So pretty much, we can start recording. We're 7 minutes into us just talking, but whenever you feel comfortable, let me know. I'll do the 3, 2, 1,
Okay.
and you'll see my hand go down, and then you get into the actual podcast.
Okay, so should I welcome everybody? Welcome to the Hair Journey Crowning Conversations.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess I'll be ready after that.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Hair Journey Crowning Conversations.
Pause.
Okay.
We talking. I know you reading.
Oh, I'm looking
Yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah.
So,
No.
okay.
make it sound like we talk.
Oh,
Hey,
so then I
y'all.
can't read.
You
Okay,
can,
I got it up there.
yeah,
Okay.
you can read, this is what my producer in Minneapolis, gets on me about. It has to be as conversational as possible, so that's
Right.
what makes reading and like flipping pages bad.
Okay,
But there's a way you can still do it and be professional, but we all new here.
okay.
But you want to have life in your voice.
Right.
You already have it. Just think of it, if you need to close your eyes. Hey y'all, welcome to I am, and then go into it. So just
Like an
do so.
introduction?
Yeah.
Okay,
So let me know whenever you're ready.
all right.
3, 2, 1.
I am Madam Flair, and welcome to the Hair Journey, Crown, and Conversations. So we're gonna talk about 3 topics today. The reason for this is, what is the disconnect between the client and the hair professional? What's important to have a better hair journey, and products.
Cool. Now, you know me. Have it where
Or should I say product knowledge?
product knowledge.
Okay.
And what you did was fine, but I know your personality. So
Yeah.
let me give you, okay, here's an intro. And just listen to how I'm talking. 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, this is Ami, and today I have the opportunity to talk about something that I'm passionate about. And if you know me, it's hair. And one of the things that I want to make sure that in this conversation is, I don't want to, I'm just making stuff up.
Yeah.
As an expert in hair, and especially in the area that I live in, I love doing Black women's hair. It's everything. But I have some thoughts, and this is going to be a conversation that I want you to, I hope you listen, but I hope even more you learn. So with that said, welcome to.
That's a mouthful.
I know, no, but you're not repeating everything.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're literally making it very conversational.
Right.
And you kind of give a little bit of a peek of what you're gonna say in your introduction, but welcome people in. And you're like, yeah, and with that said, you
See,
are
that's what
now-
Amani's for.
Yeah, you are now going to be a part of Crowns of Conversation. If it's something to where you want me to open it up,
Yes.
then- okay.
I think I'm more of the like I get the whole show aspect, but I guess I feel like I'm there for the
Just saying your
the expertise and the like what I see is what's
Information.
going on, but like the overall, cause you know.
I have the same problem, trying to make it,
Mhm.
you want to make it informative, but
Without
being
sounding,
in,
yeah.
Cause you're gonna come alive, I know, once we have.
Yeah,
our
once the topics
Yeah.
come up.
Let me look at the actual intro, and I'll just, let's see.
And there's some on the back page too, which is I think the back of that, I put the other stuff on there when we were together.
Okay, Crowns of Conversation. So is it, I'm trying to, where are your 3 points?
So, right, this one, what is the disconnect from the client to the hair professional? What's important to have a better hair journey, and then product knowledge would be the last one.
You mind if I use my highlighter?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, correct me if I highlighted the wrong thing.
Thanks.
And then what is important,
Mm-hmm. What's
And-
important to have a better hair journey? And then I don't have it written down, but product knowledge, you know.
Product
that's what I'm
knowledge.
talking about.
Why am I here?
now, yeah, product, things that you want the people to know.
Mhm. As far as, I guess, choosing product,
Okay,
so that's still product knowledge.
So, okay. 1323, I'm going to say that is the beginning, hello. Well, now it's going to be, I'm gonna say 14-minute mark. Minute mark. Start. Okay. And y'all be sure to project your voice, even though that's hypersensitive.
Mm-hmm.
When we get in an insular place, it's gonna work. So, 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, I'm hoping that you are all well. And you know what? You kind of walked into a good conversation about what is most important to a Black woman. Hair. And so we have 3 fabulous ladies, including an expert, a beautician, and then myself, who is a media person. But you know what? I started the conversation, but I didn't tell you who and what we are. This is Crown Conversations. Today, we have the absolute glory of Miss Tamika, who is I would call a hair expert in science and in style. She is a woman that really looks at who the individual is with their hair as much as bringing out the health of the individual's hair. Then we have Miss,
Carol Robinson.
first names.
Oh.
We have Carol, and she has a really long background. How many years of expertise in hair?
35 years.
35 years. And then there's me. I am a multifaceted artist who has a multifaceted brain, and I am curious about anything and everything. But I also have a very interesting relation with hair and the journey that I've had with it. So, with all that being said, let's get into this conversation. So, I'm gonna have Tamika give us your thoughts or your passions in concern of the hair journey. What do you think is the disconnect between professionals and their clientele?
Trust, number one.
Elaborate on that.
We as Black women don't trust each other. That's just, whether it's hair, whether it's anything, but, you know, I'm specifically talking about hair. We don't trust what they're saying. We don't trust their advice. We don't trust what they're saying.
Now, you know, we're a little bit older and mature, but not that
And
much.
still, some of us still.
Yeah,
To me, sometimes the older the worse.
well,
Because they're, not saying they're stuck in their ways,
Mhm.
but they've been doing stuff for a certain way for so long. It's harder to break those habits over training or teaching a child who is not ingrained in them yet, you know?
and I know we both grew up in the 80s, well, I grew up in the 80s. You were more 90s, and when was, what age were you from 5 to 10?
The 70s.
The 70s. So we have an intergenerational group of women giving their thoughts about hair, y'all. So this is gonna be good. Now, Tamika, when it came to when you were growing up with hair, what was the difference then in what you stated earlier? What was the dynamics of women going to a salon and the trust factor between the professional and the client at that time?
See, I wasn't raised going to the salon, but my mom was. So they trusted their stylist, or did they not know what they wanted to get done? I don't know, like, did they just book their appointments and go sit down and get it done? I'm not sure. But nowadays, and I could see a transition from that 90s, right? Because early 80s, people were going to the salon, even early 90s. But I don't know if it's after the Jerry curl era.
Ooh, y'all, she said Jerry curl.
Jerry
Shout out to
Yes.
Michael Jackson, ready to
Listen.
roll.
That
I
was
mean-
my best hair journey as
Yes.
a kid.
Mine too.
Yes, that curly wet,
Wet
glossy
Jerry curl.
Yes, but
Jerry
that's where I
curl
kind of
juice.
see a struggle, right? Because the Jerry curl phase ended, which relaxers have been around since the beginning, right? But then you got people transitioning out of Jerry curls into relaxers, right? So I can see the damage there, going there. And then a lot of it, the 90s, is not we, because I didn't, but my mama was one. A certain age, we allowed our children to do their own hair.
Yeah. 12, 13.
Yep, that's that age, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Cause it used to
run
be.
out there, with your
Yeah.
hair in your comb, your brush and your comb.
I
Yeah.
definitely remember in the 80s where everyone got a perm
Mm-hmm.
after they turned a teenager. So
Right.
you're talking about 12 as the earliest,
Mm-hmm.
but usually around 13.
Mm-hmm.
And you went to the salon because we were young,
Mm-hmm.
and then our mothers knew the knowledge
Yes,
of
they did.
the worst case scenario. All we had was burnt ears.
That's it.
That was our thing.
Foreheads.
And I remember specifically, hey, my ears are not gonna be burned by no hot comb. I won't be smelling like hot burnt hair. Okay, I'm gonna do this perm thing.
Mhm.
And you go into the salon, and because you're leaving one trauma,
Yes.
and technically we went into another,
Yeah.
we had the trust, but then trust side away, especially in the 90s, because I remember girls, at the most, we had the Kool-Aid
Yeah.
and color our hair, but with perm, that was a chemical.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and please step in, that was around the age of having more access to a box perm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the thing that I get on my mom about, and we talk about. My mom went to the salon during her relaxer days. She didn't do her own relaxer. She went to the salon. When it was time for me to get a relaxer, I did my own relaxer, or she did. I can't remember if she did it first or not. I do know for a fact, like the Jerry curl era, my mama was a beast at that, right? So that, but then once the Jerry curl ended, my mom, and she's even like that now. She does not just touch chemicals because she has access to them. So maybe that's why I was like kind of, swayed off to have to do my own hair because of the relaxer, not necessarily the Jerry curl. But yeah, my mama, because I remember that's back in the day, she had the Affirm, and I always wanted my hair and my wraps to look like her, and it never did.
And for our guests who heard the name, but they may not be culturally related, tell us what Affirm is.
Affirm is just a brand. Avalon Affirm is a brand, just like your. I don't want to compare them to store bought, but just like your Dark and Lovely, your Beautiful Beginnings, because I've done them all. Same difference. It's just a professional relaxer.
Versus the box relaxer.
It's not a box
Yeah.
relaxer, no. So, I mean, in today's time, right, you can go into the beauty world and get an Affirm, but back in my day,
Right.
you
could
you did not have access to these things unless you had
A
a
license.
license.
And I think this is a great time for Carol to enter the chat. What did you go through, because you were shaking your head, and no, not
Well-
everybody had access to chemicals. What, tell us about your experience.
As a young person, I had I got my first, I guess, relaxer when I was probably 12, like 11 or 12. And one of the things about relaxers and perms, once you get a relaxer, you can't get a perm. You
Oh,
pretty much
so-
have to start over because
So
they're
that's
two.
where that Jerry curl ending and that relaxer
Relaxer.
beginning, that era right there.
Right. If-
That's why it was like that, because
You
jump
can't
ship
you
like
can't
that.
go from one to another. You have to pretty much start over,
And
like
when you
cutting
say
your hair.
Yeah, so similar to the girls in the last 10 to 15 years, when they cut everything off and they call it the
Teeny afro.
teeny afro, it's interesting how we have all the ritualistic beginnings, but something happened from the 80s into the 90s where, and I don't want to blame, oh, I can do it myself philosophy, but that seemed
That
to
is
be,
it.
that's
most
the
of it,
entryway, because you're dealing with chemicals.
Mhm.
And in that box, and I'm really
Mhm.
talking, y'all, from a advertising, marketing, consumer capitalist point of view, because I have a background in advertising, it seemed that that little rectangular box was the
The
solution.
answer, right?
It was the answer. You would pick that thing up off the shelf and it could sing to you.
Yes.
We ain't gonna even talk about Rio yet.
Oh,
I know, girl, I know.
a lot of people that, when I ask people about that, they have no clue what I'm talking about.
Look, hold that thought, because I think it's definitely a part of this conversation that needs to be amplified.
Mhm.
But you're correct in, you start from scratch.
Yeah.
But the difference was, y'all grown. At the most, you had an older woman
Mhm.
supervising
Yes.
and actually cutting
That's a
off the
fact.
hair,
Yeah.
versus when we grew up, we did it ourselves.
And
We
it's crazy
probably
because
jumped the gun.
just like I was saying, my mom, they grew up going to the salons, growing, like she would tell me stories like her mom, like for instance, hair trimming, right? Because I'm really big on hair trims. People feel like they don't have to trim their hair, and you do. But my mom said like they would trim their hair on the full moon, right? So I'm like, now when I go back, she never did those things for me, right? But thinking at the time era, women were going into the workforce during that time, right? So y'all's generation, yeah, you had working women, but there were a lot of women that stayed at home and raised children. Whereas in the late 80s, early 90s, a lot of black women, because we're talking about black people specifically, they were going into the workforce. So we were left to do things on our own, right?
And you know, the late 80s and 90s was the latchkey
Yes, ma'am. I was
kid
one.
era.
Mhm.
And we were roaming.
Yeah.
We were literally
Yeah.
on our own
Yeah.
from 2:45
Yeah.
to
6
6,
o'clock,
7,
6:30, 7, depending on
And
the job.
so much, my God, happened in that time
Yes.
period. And we were gonna keep it strictly on hair, but
Right.
some of y'all know what was going on here in the mountains. We had no business. But even in
Won't even
these-
supposed to be outside
I
before you
know.
lie, you outside.
I know,
I had
but
my first cleaning service at Fred Junior High School, so I was working like I would leave junior high school, go to a cleaning job and clean for a few hours and then go home and then cook because my mom worked.
Right.
And see, those transitions, and especially black women taking more dominance in a lot of things, maybe this is where we left trusting the professional and now we're trusting ourselves. But that trust in ourselves went away instantly with bad hair coloring, or worst case scenario, perm burns. I know there's a specific name for it. What
It's
is
just
it?
a chemical burn.
A chemical burn.
Mhm.
Well, sometimes a chemical burn look like a 3rd-degree burn on your scalp.
Yeah.
And once again, it's like we really were putting big time chemicals in our hair. Now fast forward to today, we now have studies, we now have real data that said possibly some of the things that black women are challenged by medically is
Are related.
directly related to the perm. And
Mhm.
to clarify, we're talking about everything from fibroids to challenges
Cancer.
in fertility and the big C.
Endocrine systems.
If you-
People know about, nobody really talks about, but I hate, okay, so I'll say
If you
this,
could
right?
clarify what that E word was, that was a big word, it's probably very
Endocrine
important.
system. Lots of things go on in the endocrine system. So for one thing why I looked at the endocrine system in relation to hair is it releases hormones, right? So I want people to stop saying that relaxer, I'm gonna say it how y'all say it, right? Cause you know, it's a real way. That perm, my mama perm, my hair would mess me up, 4 years ago, or as a child. That is true, y'all. I wish people would stop saying that it's not true, and it is. Whether you're burned, whether it's affecting the endocrine system, whether follicle damage, that stuff lasts. And if you're not doing anything to heal those things or rebuild them, you're just stuck out there. But yeah,
I mean,
and I'm saying that because, right, I have relaxer since the beginning of time. But, I didn't realize that I was suffering from traction alopecia, and I don't even want to say traction alopecia because I feel like it came from relaxers. Until I stopped using relaxers and hair was growing in certain places that hair wasn't, what my hairline, for instance, was one. Like, I did not realize that until I completely stopped doing relaxers and got my locks and started, and all that hair growing. So I had to put that's relaxer, because the relaxer was too harsh for my fine hair. Not to mention what it was doing to the follicles too.
and that's just one version of alopecia.
Yeah, there's lots.
Yeah, Carol, can you give like two other forms of alopecia? Because you're an expert just like Tamika. What types of alopecias have you seen?
Well, we have the, some people would say it comes like from your parents, like generational.
So hereditary.
Yes. You know, you see where men hair have what they call receding hairline, but women have that also. Some may be from where they have medical problems, where as far as maybe they went through chemo and lose their hair. A lot of people lose a lot of hair coming through chemo. I mean, all over. So those are the two big ones.
and not to go there, but I will. It seems like there's more likely a chance for women to regrow their hair after chemo than compared to alopecia, especially traction alopecia. I know within my hair journey, I have been through every type of hair trauma, but due to some fun times in 2024, I definitely know a lot about the,
Yeah,
We're finishing up, we'll get out.
well, we have to go. Yeah.
well, this was really, really good, and
Okay.
we can, I think we got